case in point, okay? Case in point, and what triggered me so much that I had to make this video, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Tell me, all right? Doctor, please tell me what's going on here. You idiots, you guys destroyed speed characters for the past, month, for the past 2 weeks. We still have 11 days to go on this. Speed characters, all speed characters, everyone, every single speed character is having their basic damage decreased by 300%. Speed characters are already dealing the lowest damage in the game because of their base stats being the lowest in the game. So they already deal the lowest amount of damage, on top of the fact that they only really counter blast types for the most part because of type advantage, and blast types only really have like Strife and Adam Warlock most of the time in PvP. Okay, you follow me so far? So you guys nerfed speed types, but then you put Spider-Man on the debuff list. Are you stupid, or what is going on? I really cannot understand this level of idiocy from the devs here. You're double dipping. What's the point of having the battlefield effects if you're just going to ban the character again? So you have an opportunity to have two unique filters, right? These are filters right here. These are filters, right? These are filters that restrict your roster. And then down here you have more filters, but you've double dipped. And the most insulting part is they double dipped not once. They double dipped twice. They double dipped because Gore is here. Ladies and gentlemen, Gore is on this list. There you go. He's right there. He's debuffed. He's debuffed right there next to Kang. So they double dipped, right? What is the point of these filters? There's no point. So something has to change. 100% something has to change. They have to reevaluate how they use these filters in PvP because they do not work. They just do not work. It's insane. So what I propose is very straightforward. Just copy an idea. Just transplant an idea from another Netmarble game where they focus on PvP because the roster is so massive, just like Marvel Future Fight. They have the same problems. But they created a new PvP game mode where you have to use a very restrictive self-filter. And this is, I think, the future for Marvel Future Fight. Because I've said this before, but I'll say it again. These games get so bloated with characters that it becomes unwieldy for players to really expect devs. And it becomes kind of, unreasonable to expect the devs to create a robust filter system that they have to go and change every month or whatever, right? Obviously, the devs don't have the brain power, the mental capacity, whatever. They don't understand how to create good filters themselves. So just give us the tools to make the filters, okay? This is what I'm talking about. Big shout out to Nagato for making this video. This video of his got over 75,000 views in like under 2 months, okay? Massive hype for this content. So clearly their player base for Grand Cross likes this kind of content, okay? Now, I know this is in Japanese, so you're going to freak out here. What I want you to focus on here is they're setting up their team. This is where you can select the characters, okay? So just picture Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and then you have your backup character, okay? Whatever, Hulk. But look at what it says right here. It's 0/5000, okay? There's a little thing here. It's 0 out of 5,000. That is your limit. You have a limit on how much you can spend to create your team. This is genius. This is genius level filter design. You're taking the inspiration away from the developers who clearly do not have the time, patience, or knowledge to create genuinely good filters week after week, month after month, year after year. Just take it out of their hands completely. Don't leave it up to the devs. Don't leave it up to the marketing team or whatever. Give it to the players. Give it to the players. Okay? So 0 out of 5,000. That's like how much money you have in this, like, imaginary currency to build your team. You're not actually spending money. You're not spending gold. You're not spending crystals. Okay? And then when you click and you see your roster that's available to you. And again, these are just 7 Deadly Sins characters. If you've seen the anime, you've read the manga, you know who they are. If you don't, it doesn't matter. Just imagine that that's Captain America, that's Iron Man. It doesn't matter, okay? But look underneath. Look underneath each character. There's a number. there is a number assigned to each character, and the numbers are higher or lower in a big way. Like, look, this guy here with the pink hair, only 500. This girl with the purple hair, only 500. But this guy with the yellow hair, the blonde kid, Meliodas, is almost 3,000. So you have a character that costs almost 5 times as much to put on your team as another character. And remember, you have a limit of 5,000. So when you put a character on the team, let's see here, we're gonna scrub ahead to when he chooses a character on his for the team here. When you start to put together your team, you're going to see that it takes away. You can see here. Okay, so he already chose a team. He already set up a team with characters. You can see he's at 4,700 out of 5,000. So you're never actually going to use the exact amount, but the idea is within the confines of how much you're given, you have to construct a team that is going to work together synergistically. Now, for those of you that understand how this game works, this game has 10 times more depth of PvP than Marvel Future Fight does. So I don't want to get into all of that. That's for another, that's for another video. That's for another time. Honestly, it's probably never going to be a thing that gets solved. But essentially, what I just want to focus on here is the idea that you can see here. It even tells you if he wants to swap out this 4th character from the ReZero collab, he can't afford. Look at this. Some of these characters are in red. He cannot afford them because it's going to send him over the cap of 5,000. But he can swap for some of these other characters that are less. Now this one's showing up even though it's more because it's already on the team, so that would just be swapping the position of the characters rather than you can't get a second copy of the same character. But I digress. Anyways, a big shout out to Nagato. If you play Grand Cross or you have any interest in returning to the game, if you like Roblox, hit up his channels. He's all about that anime life. But basically, this is what we need in Marvel Future Fight. I'm kind of tired of waiting and tired of hoping and tired of putting my faith in the devs to create filters that work for PvP. They seem to have a good understanding of filters for PvE, and I'll give them credit where credit is due. The filters for Alliance Battle Legend and Alliance Battle Extreme are very good. Okay, we could honestly use a refresh every couple of years, but these are really good. I can't complain. I won't complain. The filters for World Boss Legend, yeah, they can be annoying, but they work. They're good. They're very restrictive. They're very specific. They work. Okay? But the filters for PvP just don't work. They don't work. The filters for PvP are trash. They're trash. The filters here are trash. These are useless. The recommended characters mean nothing. The buffed characters mean nothing. And the restricted characters are just an annoyance. That's stupid. It's just annoying. It's not clever. It's not intuitive. It's not like, wow, breathtaking. It's nothing. It's just annoying. And now in Otherworld Battle, it seems like they've just given up. They've just given up because they're double dipping. I can't look at this and not want to scream my head off. Genuinely, this irritates me so much. Like, I understand why Adam's there. I understand why Wasp is there. Actually, Wasp we could talk about in another video, but Wasp shouldn't be there because the whole point of her is just the passive. So nerfing her doesn't matter. Anyways, Adam should be there, Jean should be there, Wolverine should be there. Yes, 100%. Those are fine. But the first two, these two right here, should not be here. You should put someone else there, like Ghost Rider, like Hulk. Put someone else there because you've already nerfed these characters using these filters. You guys clearly don't know how to do this. You guys clearly don't understand your own game. So just give it up, okay? Just give it up. It's less work for you, and it's better for the players. This system is genius, okay? Whoever thought of this on the team that works for 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, my deepest, thanks to you. All right, I think this is genius. I haven't kept up with the game, so I don't know if the community still loves it and if Nagato and stuff still love it 2 months later. Maybe they hate it now. Maybe they're bored of it. I don't know. But I have to imagine that this is a better option than what we have now. And that is really the big motivator for me suggesting this. And the best part is this is all owned property, right? The Netmarble owns the rights to all of these ideas. They're not going to risk like copyright infringement or some sort of like bad blood relationship. They literally can just take this idea and throw it into one of their other games. And it's a proven good idea. As you can see here, look at this. Look at the like to dislike ratio. Look at the views, right? The video blew up. And I'm sure the comments, I really love this, right? It sounds so fun and refreshing. Like, I haven't read any of these comments. I have no idea what these people are going to say. I want to play this game mode so much. It looks fun and original. Flame emoji, star eyes emoji with 9 likes, with 9 up likes. Even the Pokemon are getting in on this and enjoying it. Like, this is genius. And the best part is that this can be even further iterated on. This is the beauty of a system like this that's so simple and yet so deep, right? Has so much depth. They can change the amount of cost, like they can change this number here. So it could be 5,000 for this month, and then next month it could be 2,000. And then next month it could be 10,000. So you'll have some months where you have a lot of flexibility to build your roster, and you'll have some months where you have to go scrape at the bottom of the barrel, and he's going to have to use a bunch of these 500 cost characters who are probably not as good. Now, there is a little bit of initial investment where the devs have to understand the value of characters, and they have to appropriately price them. So if the devs make a gross mistake and they misprice characters that are meta and make them cost very little, then obviously that's going to ruin things. If they give us 5,000 to play with and they make Jean cost 500, then everyone's going to put fucking Jean on their team, and then they've ruined the system. But I hope and I have faith that the Marvel Future Fight devs are not that bereft of talent. They're talented people. They just don't know how to make filters. Let's just be honest, right? You guys have had almost 9 years to do this right, and you failed. This shows that you've failed, and I'm just sick and tired of you failing. So take something that's proven, take something that works, and just implement it, right? If they gave us a robust 5,000, let's just use 5,000 as the example here, and then they made Jean cost 3,000. They made Adam cost 3,000, and they made Wolverine cost 3,000. And then they made Spider-Man cost 2,000. Suddenly, you have a decision where I cannot put all of these 3 characters on my team because it costs 9,000 and I only have 5. So if I want to build a team, I have to be smarter than this. Okay, so I'm going to use Jean. What are Jean's weaknesses? Now you start thinking. You're like, okay, so I'm committing to my Jean team, or I'm committing to my Spider-Man team, or my Wolverine team, or whatever. Right? So okay, if I'm gonna build around Wolverine, what are his weaknesses? He's gonna lose to blast types. So I have to stack the rest of my roster with strong speed types. So now you're gonna go and you're gonna filter. Okay, you're taking a look at the speed types. Okay, Spider-Man's too expensive because he costs 2,000, but I only have 2,000. So who else could I use? Oh, you know what? Daredevil hasn't gotten a rework in a long time. He only costs 500. I could put Daredevil on my team. Now you're thinking, okay, I've got Wolverine and Daredevil. Should I go for a support like Colossus? Can I afford that? Should I go for a synergy for Wolverine, or should I go for a synergy like Angel? He's a speed type and he gives recovery rate. Or should I go for someone who synergizes with Daredevil like Luke Cage, even though he's combat type, right? See what I mean? You start thinking and you start actually synergizing and you start actually understanding your roster, rather than just slapping on the 3 best characters because there's no restriction and the filter's trash, and just pressing play until your eyes bleed and your ears bleed. I don't even watch any of these game fights anymore. I look at my win rate, 36 and 14. I do not care. You start with 1,000 points. Let me tell you, you start with 1,000 points at the beginning of the season in PvP. The season is about to end. There's only a few days left on the season. I only have 500 points in like 4 or 5 days of playing because I do not care. I put that shit on auto and I just whatever. Obviously, I have the luxury of doing that because I don't care about the crystals. So if I get 140 crystals this week or 180 crystals this week, it doesn't bother me. But it also goes to show you, like, I'm one of the most dedicated players. I've been playing this shit nonstop for almost 9 years, and I could not give a rat's ass about this game mode anymore because it's so mind-numbing and just like brain-destroyingly bad. And you can see this in Challenger, where nobody pushes anymore because they don't care, because the filters are trash and the game mode is boring because it's just the same characters all the time. Jean, Adam, Wolverine, Jean, Adam, Wolverine, Jean. Like, this is pathetic. If you're gonna make a game that's focused on new characters, If that's your method of user acquisition and user retainment, then you have to give the players meaningful filters with which to enjoy these characters. If it's just the same carousel over and over, people are going to blow their brains out. There's no creativity. There's no nuance. There's no, there's nothing interesting. It's just same. It's monotony, right? Anyways, I love this idea. I really am going to push to get them to do this. I think it would be brilliant. I genuinely think it would be brilliant. But I would also like to hear from you out there that play Grand Cross. Did this idea end up falling flat on its face? I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing that they didn't do, or some sort of maintenance that they didn't honor that made this kind of a failure, right? And here's the thing, right? Even if I want to play devil's advocate as hard as possible, let's say they make a mistake and they misprice one character, okay? So let's say this guy down here is only 980, and let's say this ends up being like a super OP PvP character, okay? I'm just memeing here. Just follow me. Okay, let's say they make a mistake and everyone realizes, oh my god, they underpriced this character. Oh my god, they made Jean Grey only 500 instead of 5,000. Let's go, boys, log in. So everyone starts putting this character on their team, and then, oh, Alex, you have the same problem where every team is exactly the same. You said that this new filter system would work, but it's the same thing. Okay, so they just go in and change it. They just go in and change it. Even if it takes them a month to change it, they're not gonna leave it forever, right? They already have this shit rotating every week. They already have the Otherworld battle shit rotating every week and every month. Obviously, they'll change it. Even if it takes them a full update, a full like 35 to 40 days to change the price, they will change it. So there's literally no risk to a system like this. There's literally no risk, because they can just go in and change it and add like a 2 in front of the number or whatever, or a 1, and then you're done. So yeah, I'm genuinely going to light a fire under their asses trying to get this to happen. If you like this idea, help me out on social media. That's how we get their attention. Anyways, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, I appreciate the support. Thank you to the patrons as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.